Well, just let me introduce what we're doing. Decorative has been working with GP for a long time, and we, I think our uh, old website shows that we've been with you a long time, but it also shows that it needs to be updated because placing orders is difficult at this point, and we want to make that a pleasant experience for you. Part of what George Balderas and I have been working on over the last 8 months, not to just upgrade your program and bring in new colors and those things, which are all going to be announced soon, um, but we wanted to bring you a new ordering platform. So this is where we're doing that. Um, and this ordering site is on decorative at decor.com, ore.com. You'll see it up in the corner there. So you can log on to our website. Um, and we've always had ordering on here, but it has never carried all of the refacing products that your business needs in order to have an ordering platform like this. So we've expanded this out because it is the most robust ordering site that we could give you. It carries all of our products. It will carries all the products in your program currently, and it will have on it all of the new colors and new door styles and any new items that are brought to your program. So this is where all of that will be housed. None of that will be put onto the old site. In fact, the old site's already behind, as you all well know, and doesn't have everything that you currently could be buying. So um, this will be a little different for you, and yet I think as you'll see, it's very simple in its logic. It walks through everything logically. The goal today is to let you see what it looks like to order a wood door with finish, an RTF door, an expressions door, molding. We're just going to take you through those components so that you can just get a taste of it, and then we'll transition you into being able to do this. So again, if you have any questions, please jump in at any time. We want to make sure everyone leaves feeling like your questions have been answered without any hesitation or lack of understanding. So without further ado, I'll hand this over to Sylvia, who's our corporate trainer. She's going to take us through this today.
Okay, thank you, Dan. Good morning, everyone. I am going to be walking you through our order processing using Anytime today. A few things I do want to point out ahead of time. One thing would be in regards to pricing. Throughout the order process, you're going to see a pricing, and that is basically a list price. So the fact that all of our customers have access to this online ordering, this is where they would see their pricing on there. It would also be the same pricing that reflects in the catalogs that you receive. So this is not necessarily going to be your pricing. Another thing I do want to point out is that I am going to be sending you a guide after the session is over. This guide will walk you through all the steps that I will be taking today. So if you happen to come across a point in the ordering where you don't quite remember how we walked through it, the guide will actually walk you through the process. Okay. So we're going to begin on our home page. You would find this page at www.decor.com. Once you are on this page, you would click the Anytime logo located at the top of the screen. This is going to take you to your login screen. On this page, you would also be able to register for your login. You would do so by clicking Anytime Web Registration, and you would fill out the necessary fields. Once you've been registered, it takes approximately a day for the process to occur. You'll receive a login, and you would just create your password and go from there. If you are actually placing an order and you forget your password, you can simply click Forgot Your Password. It'll take you to a password retrieval page. Once you enter in your email address, they'll send you instructions on how to reset your password. Okay, so I'm going to log in. So this is going to take you to your main page. You're going to see a lot of information on this page. Again, the guide will go over every single tab you see here and explain what each of the functions are for each of those tabs. You also see continue online order here. You can begin an order, and if for some reason you have to leave the order at any point, the order will be saved and you can come back to it and continue from that point. You'll see recent orders here. These are all the orders that were recently placed, as well as your recent invoices. So we're going to begin placing the order by selecting Create an Online Order. On this page, we're going to be entering our purchase order and job name information. A heads up, you do need to have information filled out on each of these fields. If you happen to only have a purchase order and not a job name, simply enter a dash and that'll suffice. You would review your contact information, making sure everything is correct, as well as your shipping information. At this point, you would click Save and Build Order. This is going to take you to your Build Order screen. On this page is where you're going to add all of your products. You can see all the tabs available here. And we're going to go down the line and access each of them today. We'll begin with our doors. We'll start with adding a door and drawer front. It's going to take you to your Add Door and Drawer Front page here. You'll see your unit of measure is already selected. This is actually selected based on your initial setup during your registration. So we have inches selected here. We're going to start with the 5-piece RTF expressions door. So we can do this a number of ways. By clicking on the field, it's going to activate all of our door styles that we have available. So you will see that there are quite a few door styles, probably more than what you're used to. But again, all of our customers have access to this site, so that's why you see such a wide variety. So by clicking on the field, we can either enter our door style name, which in this case we're going to use Bassano, and we can select it here. And this will show an actual image of the door style we selected. We can also enter it by style code. So for the Bassano, it would be the 366, and again, we would select it from the menu. Moving into the next field, this is our room field. This field is for web reference only. Any information entered on this field will not be on any invoices or order acknowledgments. If you happen to get to this field and you can't quite remember what belongs there, simply click on the question mark and it'll explain any information that belongs in that field. Throughout the website, you will have question marks for every field in case you happen to stumble upon something that you just can't quite remember belongs there. Okay. We're going to move on to our material. Again, clicking in the field, either selecting from our pull-down menu or typing in the material. In this case, we're going to work with Summer Flame. I'm going to type in summer and select our material. Again, giving you a visual of the item you just selected. Down below, you'll see your profiles. These are all the profiles that are standard for the door style you selected, along with your stiles and rails, glass stops, and finger pulls. These can all be customized to your needs. So we're going to click Save. This is going to take you to the page where you're actually going to add your line items. So you'll see here this is a breakdown of all your header information. You have your Bassano door and your material and all your profiles. At this point, we're going to add our door. So we're going to add a quantity of 1. We're going to enter our width and our height. Now we have the option of selecting our boring. So we'll activate the pull-down menu and we'll select our bore pattern. We would then select our location and click Add. Now we'll see that our door has been added down below. If at this point we wanted to add more to the order, we can just continue with the same steps. So in this case, we're going to add a drawer front. So we'll add 1, activating the pull-down menu. We'll select a 5-piece drawer front and enter our size. Since we are working with a drawer front, we want to remove that boring pattern and click Add. Okay. Again, that was added down below. Once we review all our items for this particular door style, we're going to go ahead and click Build Order. This is going to take us back to our Build Order page, showing us our pieces, material, and style code. Again, this is the pricing I mentioned in the beginning. This is just the list price. This is not your pricing. Okay. Any questions so far? Okay. So now we're going to continue and we're going to add our single piece RTF Decoform door. So we're going to go into that same tab, which is Doors and Drawer Fronts, and follow the same steps. We're going to begin with our door style. In this case, we're going to work with a JR7. You can see that there. Again, just by typing in JR, we have the JR7 and the 9. So if you just want to make sure you're selecting the correct door style. So we're going to go ahead and select that JR7. Moving into our material field, we're going to stick with the Summer Flame material. Again, you see there's 2 options here. The difference is in the back. So if you are looking for a matching back, you want to make sure you're selecting the Summer Flame back material. Unless you were looking for the Summer Flame with the white back, then you would select this one here. So in this case, we want to stick with the matching back with the visual here to the left. Okay. We're going to stay with the standard profiles here, and we're going to click Save. Again, we have a breakdown of the header information of the door style we selected. Now we're going to add our doors. Following the same steps, we'll select our quantity, stick with a door here, enter our width, and our height. We'll select our boring pattern. In this case, we'll select boring pattern B, and our location. And then we click Add. Again, just showing us the door style we selected and our sizes. We'll go ahead and add a drawer front to this as well. Select 1. In this case, we'll go with a solid drawer front. Okay. Once we enter our sizes, click Add, and we'll see that down below. Once all our items have been selected for this particular door style, we're going to go ahead and click Build Order. Again, taking us to our build order page, we can see that that JR7 has been added. Okay. Now we're going to add our wood door with finish. Again, sticking with that same tab, adding doors and drawer fronts. Following the same steps. We're going to begin with our door style, and this time we're going to work with a revered door. What I do want to show you again, by typing in Revere, it's showing us all of our Revere doors. So we want to make sure we're selecting the correct one. So in this case, we're going to work with the Revere 3/4 door. Okay. Again, showing us a visual to the left. So we are going to select finishing in this case. So if we see this finishing tab here, we're going to click yes. By clicking yes, it activates our edit options button under the finish. We'll proceed with the material. In this case, we're going to select a maple finish, showing us our material to the left. Now we're going to click that edit options button and select our finish. We're going to activate the pull down menu. In this case, we're going to select Cayenne. It's showing us here that a sheen is required for this option. So we're going to click on our sheen and select either satin or semi-gloss sheen. In this case, we're going to select semi-gloss, and we'll see a summary of what we just selected. Now we'll click Save. Now we see a visual of our door style, our material, and our finish. Okay. Again, staying with the standard profiles here, we're going to click Save. We'll see all of our header information here: Revere door, maple finish, Cayenne, and semi-gloss sheen. We're going to follow the same steps, starting with our quantity and entering our sizes. Since we are working with a wood door, in this case our boring pattern would be boring pattern A. That is the standard for wood doors. When it comes to decoform doors, expression doors, the standard boring pattern would be B. Now, that is something that will be included in your guide. So if you happen to stumble across a door, you can't quite remember what's the standard boring pattern, you can refer back to your guide and it'll explain that for you. So we selected our boring pattern. We're going to select our location and click Add. And we'll see that down below. Okay. We're going to select another door. This time we're going to select a French light door. So from the pull down menu, we'll select French light. We'll enter our sizes. We're still working with boring pattern A. We'll select our location. We'll move into our French light column. Okay. Once we activate the menu, we can see all the French lights available. So for this door, we're going to select 6 equal lights. Okay. Once we've selected our lights, we can click Add. And we'll see that down below. So let's give an example. You get to this point and you decided, I actually wanted 3 bores on this French light door, not just 2. You would click Edit. It's going to pull up all the information back up to the top. And you're going to select Include Center Bore. By clicking the custom menu, you can see that the center bore has been added and its placement. So again, since this is a custom boring section, you can make any customizations at this point as well, as far as placement. Okay. So at this point, we'll just click OK and save. And now that French light door is including its center bore. Okay. Now we're going to click Build Order. Okay. Taking us to our Build Order menu. We can see that door has been added here and our two pieces. Any questions at this point? Okay. We're going to go ahead and move into our next tab, and this will be our drawer boxes. Okay. Again, we're going to follow the same steps, beginning with our drawer box style. We can either select from the pull-down menu or type in the drawer box number. So in this case, we're going to work with the 659, our dovetail drawer box. We're going to select our material, activating the field. We're going to work with the Baltic birch finish, again showing us our material. Moving into the next field, we'll select our hardware. Activating the pull-down menu, you can see a visual of all the hardware we have available. For this drawer box, we're going to work with the Salici 6-way adjustable clips, which we can see right here. Okay. Now we're going to select our notching. Depending on the hardware you selected, it's going to show you all the notching available for that particular clip. In this case, all that's available is the 1 3/8 back notching only. We have the option of adding logo engraving. This does need to be set up ahead of time. Once everything has been received on our end, we can simply click yes, and we will include the logo on your drawer box. At this point, we'll click Save. Again, showing us our header information here. Now we're going to add our quantity, width, height, and depth. In this case, we're going to add 1. Okay. We have the option of selecting a scoop for our drawer box. Activating the pull-down menu, we see we have scoop A or B available. In this case, we're going to select scoop A. We have our wall and cabinet number. Again, this is similar to the room field. This is just web reference only, so information is not required. However, you can include it as a web reference. Okay. So we're going to click Add, and we'll see our item has been added down below. Okay. At this point, we'll click Build Order. Scrolling down to the bottom, we'll see that the drawer box has been added. Okay. Any questions so far? Okay, so we'll go ahead and move into our next tab, which is our Decoform accessories. Okay. Again, following all the same steps, we're going to begin with our category. By activating the pull-down menu, we can see all the items we would actually add to this Decoform accessory page. So we have touch-up items, toe kicks, fillers, fill sticks, edge pens. Okay. In this case, we're going to select Decolam. Okay. By selecting Decolam from the category, clicking on the Choose Item field, we'll see the two options available. In this case, we're going to select Decolam Sheet. We'll see the image of it to the left. We're going to select our material. Again, sticking with the summer flame. We'll see our width and height was already populated for us. So for this, we just need to add our quantity. Once we select our quantity, click Add. And we'll see our item was added down below. What we can do is actually add a deco lamp strip to this as well, sticking with that summer flame material. In this case, only the height was populated for you, so we're going to select our quantity and our width and click Add. If at this point you said you still need a few more items, you can go ahead and click on the edge pen, again following the same steps, activating the menu, select that summer flame edge pen, enter your quantity, and click Add. And you'll see that was added down below. Okay. So once all your items have been added, you're going to click Build Order. Scrolling down your Build Order page, you'll see that was added down below. Okay. We're going to go ahead and move into our next tab. This is going to be our Decoform moldings. Following the same steps, beginning with our category. In this case, we're going to select a base molding. We're going to click on the Choose Item field. We're going to select 3007. Again, giving us a visual to the left. I'm going to click on our material field and enter summer flame. In this case, all we would need to add is our quantity. Click Add. And you would see that down below. Once all your items are added, click Build Order. Scrolling down to the bottom, you'll see that was added down below, right here. Okay. Any questions so far? Okay. We'll go ahead and move into our next tab. We'll select Hardware. Following the same steps, begin with our category, again showing us all the options we have available in our hardware section. In this case, we're going to select Drawer Glides, activating our pull-down menu, showing us all of our options under that particular item. In this case, we're just going to select 7010, add our quantity, and click Add. Okay. So you'll see that down below. We can add hinges as well, activating the pull-down menu. Select our item, add our quantity, and click Add. We'll see that's been added. Okay. At this point, once everything has been reviewed, we'd click Build Order. Scroll down to the bottom of our Build Order page and see it down below. Okay. We're going going to move into our next tab, the wood accessories. Following the same steps, begin with selecting our category. Again, showing us all the items available in this category: toe kicks, sheet goods, onlays, fillers. In this case, we're going to select plywood strips. We're going to choose our item. Just as a heads up, we do not have an image available for these items, but that is still to come. We'll select our material. Again, our height is populated for us, so we would enter our quantity and our width and click Add. And we'll see that's down below. Okay. At this point, once our item has been reviewed, we'll click Build Order. And we'll see that's been added to our menu. Okay. Any questions so far? Okay.
Yeah, I have a question. This is
Okay.
Dave Flood. Where was the, I didn't see the deco shoe moldings and scribe and things like
Okay.
that. Where are they at?
So we'll go to Decoform Moldings. Okay. So we have, let's see here. We have our base molding, crown molding, and finish molding. Okay, so we have our scribe here. We have our shoe and our outside corner molding. So this is
Okay.
under Decoform Molding.
Under finished molding. Okay.
Correct, yes. And if for some chance you have actually the part number, you can leave this blank. Actually, let me find the part we're working with. Let's say we're working with 3011. So if we were to leave this under all and just type in 3011, it's going to pull up that shoe molding for us.
And just to add that, this is Dan.
Mm-hmm.
With the launch of your new program, your updated program, we're going to be giving you a new easy to view or easy to work with program overview that has not only the photo of the part or the piece, but the part number along with it, so that you have clearly identified what's in your program, and as you're ordering can reference that for any part numbers or just to verify what it is you're working with. Not just text, which we've had in the past. It was just a listing of the parts and the names of the doors or parts. We want you to have a visual and the part number, because it's much easier when you're in here working to have a reference guide. So that is coming.
Absolutely.
Is this site compatible with Google Chrome?
Yes, it is. Mm-hmm.
I'm on Google Chrome right now viewing this. It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Any other questions at this point? No? Okay. So we'll go ahead and continue. Okay. And so we're going to go ahead and move into our wood moldings. Okay. So we're going to activate our category field, again showing us all the items we have available in this particular category. So for this example, we're going to select a crown. We're going to enter a part number here. So we're going to work with 8103. It's going to show us the crown we selected here. In this case, we want to add a finishing to our crown, so we're going to select yes, activating our Finish Edit Options button. We're going to select our material. In this case, we're going to select Maple Finish Grade. Now we're going to select our finish. So by clicking on the scroll down menu, again showing us our finishes available. For this instance, we're going to select sea salt. Okay. Selecting our sheen, working with the semi-gloss sheen, and click Save. Again, listing here to the right of the screen is your sheen and your finish. We'll select our quantity and click Add. We'll see that item has been added down below. At this point, once we've reviewed our items, we'll click Build Order. Scrolling to the bottom, we'll see that our piece has been added. Do we have any more questions in regards to adding any items to our order? No? Okay. So we're going to go ahead and proceed to schedule order. Okay. Well, what we'll see on this page is our delivery method and our ship date. By scrolling down, you'll see we already have different ship dates for some of these items. Now that's depending on if the item has finish or not. Okay. So we have a couple of options here. The first option is best date. By clicking best date, and let's see here. Again. Okay. Okay. By clicking best date here, we'll see that we have the best date option for each of the items. However, again, that's showing separate ship dates. So what we recommend is selecting group. By selecting group, you have all your items shipping out on the same day. It's actually reflecting the longest ship date, giving you one shipping charge, which is actually a better feature than selecting that best date. You can select your items to ship out separately, but again, if you're looking at cost, you want to select that group option.
I always like to just speak into this point right here,
Sure.
Because, and you're all aware of this is not new to you, but you do want to do as much group shipping as possible so that you get your best rate, so that everything arrives together at the same time. However, you can, if you need something soon or sooner or separate, or maybe you just need to get the deco lamp as quick as you can get it because you need to get started on the job or something, you can ship it separately and go with best date. But I think 49 times out of 50, you're probably going to be choosing the group date to keep everything together and consolidate your shipments.
Okay. So once our date has been selected, we would proceed with review order. Okay. It's going to take us to our review order page. You'll notice your shipping information here, your contact information, and this is going to give you a breakdown of all the items you've added to your order. Again, showing you the total for list pricing, not your pricing. So if at any point you are looking to quote a job, this is a great place where you would actually stop your order. You would be able to see the list price in order to bid your customer. So you want to make sure if you are just looking for a quote, you're not actually clicking that submit order button Once the Submit Order button is clicked, it will take you to your confirmation page, and it'll actually generate over to our customer service department, where they would then review the order, making sure that all your items are correctly input. At that point, it would go into production. So you need to make sure that if, again, you are only looking for a quote, you're stopping at this point. If you ever have any questions in regards to your order, you'll see the sales order number here listed. This is a number if you are calling in to customer service with any questions, you're going to refer to this number. You'll see that above each of your door selections, as well as at the top of your page.
This is a good point just to say that as you're working in your order, you don't have to continually work in it until completed and submitted. You can start and stop. It will save your order. You can get a header ready and then do your sizes later. You can start it today, finish it tomorrow. And it's holding your order in placement with that sales order, so you can leave it open for as long as you need to. Where I don't think that was true on the old site, or wasn't for a while. So this is really for your convenience to be able to come in and out of, and only submit it when you're ready and take your time with your orders. And also, you're not, once you submit the order, you're not completely, committed to the order as far as that's it, no changes. You realize you've left something off, or you're reviewing it again later, and within a day here, I'm talking, and you need to change something or add something, because these orders do go, once they submit, they do go to our customer service group, who pushes them through to production. But there's a window where you can just call in, say, hey, here's my sales order number. I just placed this, or I placed this yesterday. I need to cancel this part off, or I need to add something. You do have the ability to make some adjustments. So don't feel frightened by submitting. You still have a window of opportunity, just like you do now. If you fax one into us, we place it that day, you could still call in and change it. Nothing changes with that opportunity.
Okay, are there any other questions at this point? No? Okay, one thing I do want to mention also is we do have the option of creating templates. Your guide will actually walk you through each of the steps, and we have two template options. One of them would be creating a template based on the header information alone. So by saving your header information, you would just then go in, copy the template over, and add your sizes in each time. Or there's the option of saving your header information as well as sizes. So again, going through your guide, that'll actually walk you through each of the options we have available.
This becomes helpful if you realize that your sales team is selling the heck out of one of the doors, like the DRS 131. You're just ordering it all the time. And create a template for that door style, or maybe the JR7, or whichever you're selling the most of, and that way you're not having to repeat making your header information. It's not a nice feature to save you a little bit of time. And you'll find that once you get into this, now we went through a lot of different door styles, so we had to do multiple header information, which normally you don't order that way. Typically you're doing one style for the kitchen. You might have a separate upper and lower style based on an arch or something, but typically it's the full door for the full kitchen, or one door for the full kitchen. Or maybe you have an island that you're refacing to. You might have a different style that someone wants to put on there. But typically, if you're going in, you're doing your header, you're filling out all your sizes, and you're moving on to your parts and pieces, and it does move fairly quick, especially once you get used to where to go. So we just want to encourage you, don't be afraid of it at all. It's like anything, you start new into it, it seems a little foreign, it seems like there's a lot of information on the page, but really it's pretty logical as to how it operates. If you get stuck, we want you to feel free to call customer service. Your national accounts team that deals with you now will be glad to walk you through anything. They can log into your account and see what you're seeing. They won't change anything, can't, but they can see what you're doing and help you through it if you get stuck. So we want you to know that you have the support there if needed.
Okay.
Anything else from your end, Sylvia?
No, we're all set over here.
George, is there anything you want to say?
No, I mean, hopefully everybody is, you know, kind of like you said, Dan, sees the site. I know it's a little bit different, but in the long run, it's going to be much, much better because as we start rolling out new programs and product lines and colors and all those kinds of things, everything's going to be updated. Everything's going to be ready to go on the site, and as soon as it becomes available, it's going to be ready to order. Unlike with the old site where you know, we're still doing paper forms or special instructions and things like that. So I encourage everybody to get on there, register if you haven't already for your online account, and then, I mean, you can start placing orders through anytime with our current program as well, because everything that we have is already in the system already. So.
Well, I'll just close by saying we really appreciate you taking the time to do this. Again, we want this to be a good place for you to spend your time in. So if you feel stuck or just need support, let us know. We're happy to help. And just thanks for everything you guys are doing.